270 years ago, on September 8, 1755, the Battle of Lake George took place in the north of the province of New York. It formed part of the British campaign to drive the French out of North America during the French and Indian War. French forces, commanded by General Jean Armand and Baron Dieskau, included both regular troops and irregular fighters. Opposing them, William Johnson led a force made up entirely of colonial militia and Iroquois natives under Hendrik Thanogan. The battle unfolded in 3 distinct stages, ultimately resulting in a British and Allied victory. Following the success, Johnson established Fort William Henry to secure his position. 90 years ago, on September 8, 1935, Huey Long, a United States Senator and former Louisiana governor, was fatally shot at the Louisiana State Capitol in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Long was a highly popular and influential politician, and his death removed the possibility of a 1936 presidential challenge to Franklin D. Roosevelt. At the Capitol, Long was working to pass a redistricting bill aimed at removing Judge Benjamin Henry Pavey, a political opponent. Shortly after the bill passed, he was confronted in a hallway by Carl Weiss, Pavey's son-in-law. The most widely accepted account states that Weiss shot Long in the chest, after which Long's bodyguards opened fire and killed Weiss instantly. However, controversy lingers. Some believe Weiss never fired a shot and that Long was accidentally struck by his own guards, while another version suggests Weiss only struck Long, who then died in the ensuing crossfire. Long was taken to Our Lady of the Lake Regional Medical Center, where surgery could not stop the internal bleeding. Long died at 4:10 a.m. on September 10th, 31 hours after the attack. His funeral drew more than 200,000 mourners. Long was buried on the grounds of the Louisiana State Capitol, which he had overseen the construction of, and a statue by Charles Keck was later placed on his grave in 1940. With Long gone, his share our wealth movement quickly dissolved, allowing Roosevelt to secure a landslide re-election. To date, Long and Robert F. Kennedy in 1968 remain the only United States senators to be assassinated while campaigning for the presidency. On September 8, 1989, Partner Flight 394, a Convair CV-580 from Fornebu, Oslo, Norway to Hamburg, West Germany, crashed off the coast of Denmark 18 kilometers north of Hirtshals. All 55 people on board the aircraft were killed, making this the deadliest disaster in Danish aviation history and the deadliest accident involving the Convair CV-240 series. The accident was caused by improper maintenance and use of counterfeit aircraft parts. The flight crew consisted of Captain Knut Wieden and First Officer Finn Petterberg, both 59 years old. Longtime friends, the two had flown together for many years. Each has highly experience with nearly 17,000 flight hours to their credit. In addition to his role as co-pilot, Berg also served as Partner's flight operations manager. There were a total of 50 passengers and 5 crew members. And on September 8, 1994, U.S. Air Flight 427, a Boeing 737-3B7 from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport to Palm Beach International Airport, Florida, with a stopover at Pittsburgh International Airport, crashed in Hopewell Township, Pennsylvania, while approaching runway 28R at Pittsburgh, which was U.S. Air's largest hub at the time. The crash became the second longest air accident investigation in history. Findings from the U.S. Air Flight 427 inquiry also provided answers to the earlier crash of United Airlines Flight 585 in 1991. The NTSB concluded that the likely cause was a rudder malfunction, which forced the control hard over in the opposite direction of the pilot's inputs. This led the aircraft into an aerodynamic stall that the crew could not recover from. All 132 people on board lost their lives, making it the deadliest aviation accident in Pennsylvania. Investigators reported that hot hydraulic fluid had entered the rudder's dual servo valve and frozen, causing the rudder to deflect in the wrong direction. The pilots consisted of Captain Peter Germano, 45, who had 12,000 flight hours, including 4,064 on the Boeing 737, and First Officer Charles B. Emmett III, 38, who had 9,119 flight hours and 3,644 on the 737. There were a total of 127 passengers and 5 crew members. And that's all I have for today. If you like what you hear, leave a comment down below and subscribe right here. This is Stephen Luke, and I'll see you next time for another history update.